first rotation on bars, and so Oregon State with a full point lead over the Cougars heading into the third rotation. There is Jade Carey, three-time Olympic medalist, gold on floor in Tokyo in the summer of 2021. Then last summer won team gold with the Golden Girls in Paris and bronze on vault. Golden Girls included Carey, Simone Biles, Sunny Lee, Jordan Childs, and Hesla Rivera. Two-time Pac-12 Gymnast of the Year, and she has 4 runner-up finishes in the NCAA championships. All around in floor exercise last year, balance beam a couple of years ago, bars 3 years ago. 13th gymnast in history to record the Gym Slam, a perfect 10 in her career on all 4 apparatuses. Entered this year with 117 event titles, and you know the next thing that she wants is that NCAA championship.
Yep, and she now, like we mentioned off the top, is just focused on NCAA, is laser focused on the skills that she can do, new skills, whatever she can, that are perfect across the board. She wants those 10s. She's unashamed about talking about those goals, and it's just such a treat for us to be able to watch her.
And there's her sister, Tava Greenberg, a gymnast for BYU who suffered an ACL injury her senior year of high school last year. The two are half-sisters, and they're very close.
And so special for them to be at this meet together. Unfortunately, Tava not on the floor competing for BYU, but still, it really is a family affair for Jade in gymnastics. Her father, Brian Carey, obviously her coach at the elite level, but also coach for Oregon State. Been on the squad for 2 years. Their mom, Jamie Greenberg, also was a gymnast. Jade truly grew up in the gym. Sorry, yes, Danielle. And there's Brian Carey, who was a gymnast himself, and she could not have a better pedigree that has resulted in the great heights that she has reached in her career.
Jade Carey will anchor Oregon State's beam routine, and then later on the floor routine. And this is where it gets interesting. I love these final 2 rotations. It gives the gymnast a chance to truly perform, and some of them really entertaining when they do it.
Yeah, the BYU floor routines are phenomenal. Very great dancers, really fun and engaging. Guard Young said he's just excited to watch them perform. They really look at it as a true performance. Artistic gymnastics is supposed to be a blend of both athletics and dance artistry.
Sophia Esposito, sophomore from Melville, New York, last week a 9-7 in her only routine of the week, after doing the all-around of the final 8 meets last year.
She starts with a very difficult triple combination here. 2 leaps right to a back layout. Good extension, but decides she's off on the leap, so takes a break. Does not connect it to that layout step out, but the judges don't know what she's supposed to do. They just judge what they're shown in the moment. So just a slight adjustment for her, but a good job to cover it.
Last week, thought she'd do the all-around, woke up that morning dealing with an undisclosed issue. And so she did the beam only.
Yeah, very, very solid leap series. Will have the difficulty that she needs to start out of a 10 even after breaking that connection. I love the dismount she has coming up here. She does a round-off double twist. More difficult, and she really tumbles down the beam, gets great height, and finds the stick. She is stoked. And her teammates have watched her routine hundreds of times. They know that it didn't start exactly like she wanted it to, but it definitely ended with a bang.
A definite step up from last week when her 9-7 was lower than any event she had on beam last year, when she wasn't feeling well last week.
Yeah, she is a special beamer for them. Really great combination of grace and power.
Brinley Anderson now, the sophomore from Orem, Utah. 9.725 is her career high. that 9.725 in week 1.
Woo! Punch Rudy unfortunately lands right out of bounds on the straddle jump. So I think both of her feet cross the line. You get 1/10 for each foot out. Didn't compete on the floor as a freshman. This is just her second career performance. Those ring positions where her head drops back are super important. You want it to look like basically your foot is going to kick you in the back of the head.
Coach Young says he has some gymnasts who love to perform, and they make the crowd smile. Even in a road venue.
Yeah, they know good gymnastics here at Bill Coliseum. 1.5. Front layout, much better second pass. A little rough on that first pass out of bounds, but otherwise very clean and entertaining routine. So we're going to take a look at this Rudy. When you're twisting, you've got to make sure you go straight down the floor, complete that twist, and also to get some repulsion out of that and go straight up and down. You have to land in the correct position. Her shoulders were a little far back, but very clean. 1.5 to front layout finish.
1/10 for each foot out.
1/10 for each foot out. And, you know, with the 2-pass routine, you have to make it up with extra difficulty in your leaps. I think some of her ring positions were questionable. We'll see how the judges reward those.
9.85 for Esposito. 15/100's better than her score last week in week 1. Here is Olivia Buckner, sophomore from Riverton, Utah. Second of the beam up lineup last week, notched to 9.75.
She's a very calm beam worker. Nice presence. That handspring layout series coming up. Well done.
I've worked with Olympic silver medalist Samantha Peshek, who said that early on in her career, she made friends with the beam. I like that phrase.
Yes. Very important to be a friend, not a foe. Here's her leap connection. Throws the head back. Obviously difficult to take your eyes off the balance beam. Side aerial coming up. Nice flight on that. Again, just lots of ease in her routine. Back handspring into the dismount. 1.5. Forward, very serviceable routine. Nice and easy from Olivia Buckner.
Getting better and better, the sophomore Olivia Buckner. Last year as a freshman, competed in all 13 meets. 11 vault and 11 beam, and those are her 2 rotations today.
Yeah, as a freshman last year, she had to sub in at the last minute at the Cal meet when Ellie Weaver went down for an injury, and she nailed the routine. So really exceptional job for her throughout her career on balance beam.
Waiting for the floor score from Brinley Anderson before Sophie Dudley can go. And there's Sophie. You can ice the kicker, ice the free throw shooter in football and basketball. And Dudley perhaps getting iced a bit by the judges as they await the scores of Brinley Anderson.
Yeah, I mentioned those leap combinations, and I can't see the judges' tables from here to see what start values they put up, but I imagine there could have been some discrepancy there based on her leap. So we've got one 10-0 start value.
And what's up now, is that for Dudley or is that for Anderson who preceded her?
Yep, that was for Anderson, so they did not give her one of those leaps. Low score there.
9.475 for Brinley Anderson, whose career high is 9.725.
When you just have 2 tumbling passes and 2 leap passes, they are of equal importance. Those 4 things have to be perfect, have to be done up to the judges' standards. You don't always see judges apply the same scrutiny to leap passes as you do to tumbling. The errors are harder to spot for the layperson's eye, but really are critical that if you're turning a jump a full twisting jump, that it needs to be all 360 degrees. If you're doing a ring leap, your positions need to be correct.
That's why you're here to explain it so that everybody knows what the judges are looking at. Thank you, Elisa. Sophie Dudley had a 9.6 on vault last week, between 9.7 and 9.75 in all three of her events. Her second of 3 routines on the day.
Yeah, their top-ranked return on the floor. Big tumbling to start. Very nice double layout, double kick. Love the chest position on that landing.
Your favorite professional athlete, Patrick Mahomes. Chiefs are 15-2, top seed in the AFC.
Nice job on those leaps with the completion that I want to see.
Plano, Texas native.
Front full, front layout, nicely landed.
How much pressure does the springy floor take off your legs?
You know, it does take a little bit of pressure off, but if it springs you up super high in the air, you got to land on it. And so that pressure, the force on the landings is one of the reasons why they have those mats in the corner, is just to protect their bodies from all the pounding that they incur on this event. Very nice double tuck. Gets so much height on that. The position on the landing, just impeccable. Really, really like the height on those first and last tumbling passes that Sophie Dudley gets. This is her double pike. Great job. That front foot maybe slides a little bit back. When you land, you want your feet to freeze. And you can take that step back into the lunge in a controlled manner, which she did on both of those. Really great job.
9.8 for Buckner, half a tenth higher than last week. And now here is Lauren Lech. Heart condition, the same as Olympic swimming legend Katie Ledecky. Article in the Daily Barometer, the Oregon State student newspaper, by Mason Fisher a few days ago. Lauren was born with a hole in her heart, had surgery to fix it at age 4 and again at age 5. Then, while rehabbing an injury last season, she began experiencing cardiac symptoms. 6 months later, she was diagnosed with postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, commonly known as POTS, a disorder where a reduced volume of blood returns to your heart after you stand up from lying down. It could lead to lightheadedness. She didn't know if she'd ever compete again.
Yeah, I mean, to think about that condition in which your heart is so impacted and your stamina is impacted, and then to watch her do a front aerial back tuck like that, I truly just got goosebumps thinking about what she has had to overcome and manage to get back out on the beam in her senior year. And oh my goodness, the positions on those leaps, just textbook.
Many in this crowd know her story. Last week, her first competitive routine since 2023 at a 9.825. Lauren Lech.
Her routine is short and sweet. Does a front gainer full off the side here and holds on for the stick. Wow.
Her first home meet in 2 years.
Yeah, throws the heart up to the crowd. They know what she has been through. This, I mean, it's just going to continue to be so special to watch her compete and overcome. And the fight that she has shown, the perseverance, is just remarkable.
We are all pulling for her, Lauren Lech.
Absolutely. Here's the front to back. 2 flips in a row. Gorgeous connection here. Look at these leaps. 180 degrees on the split. Great closure on the ring. Right into the beat jump. And the third key element for her routine is this dismount. Now those, I will say from this angle, the feet are a little wide. You want to make sure that you can slide your heels together on that landing as she gets a deep hug there from floor coach Katie.
She's done vault and floor in the past. Not sure if her program will expand beyond beam this year. They hope so, but they're just taking what they can get from Lauren Lech. 9.75 for Sophie Dudley. And now here is Maya Kirkham. Her career high is 9.8. Didn't compete on floor in week 1. anchor their beam as she does the all-around today.
Front Rudy, very nice. Routines are choreographed by floor coach Brogan Evanson. She's the last Cougar to get a 10 on floor back in 2003. Nice landing on the double pipe.
Competed in one meet last year, then came down with an ankle injury that cost her the rest of the season. This is just her third collegiate meet and her second time on floor. A pair of 9.775s for her so far today. This is lining up to be better.
Yeah, she in just her, second all-around meet. So unfortunately, that one was supposed to be a layout instead of a tuck position at the end. That will impact her start value, and composition deduction should be a 1/10 deduction that will start her at a 9.9. Let's take a look at this double pike second pass. Love the straight legs. But so this 1.5 to front layout, you see a lot of these. They make them look easy, but on a combination pass where you have to bound between skills, it's so important to land that first skill, land that 1.5 in the right position to bound out of it and do that layout straight body position. We'll see that pass over and over from both teams, but really important for her start value to do that in the straight body.
9.65 for Letch seems a bit low for me. Jennifer McMillan now 9.575 in exhibition on vault, 9.275 when she had a very rare fall on bars, and now here she is on beam. Last year had a creative way to mount the beam. Been in every beam lineup since week 2 of last year. Last week she posted a 9.75, and Tanya Chaplin said after stepping in because of injury last year, she's looked stronger than ever this year.
And she's one who entered her career not wanting to be a beamer. Thought that it wasn't her favorite event, didn't think that she would ever contribute, but they have found a routine composition that works for her.
Love that creative way she mounts it. Her club coaches told her maybe you better not focus on beam in college, wouldn't be best for you. And even last year she said, I don't know if I'm going to be that good. And they found a routine that works.
Up this front to back connection. Ooh, great job saving. Now that is a deduction. It's not a typical wobble when you're down on the beam like that, but could be up to 3/10.
Junior from Charlotte, Covenant Day School, born in the Dominican Republic, then moved to North Carolina.
Pretty extension. This is an important connection. This ring jump is one. So I've mentioned those ring positions over and over. Last week, the judges deliberated over the position of her ring leap, important for her bonus. Great landing on the gainer fall. So not her best routine because she does have the bobble on that flight series, but does stay on the beam. It's like Judge 1 is judging a little bit tighter thus far. For Lauren Letch, she gave her a 9.45. Judge 2 gave her a 9.85.
Yeah, I didn't see the 9.45.
Yeah, did not, I think, give her the connection.
9.65 for Kirkham after the composition of that last landing. And now here is Mina Margraff Benson. We'll also see her on beam. She had a 9.725 on floor in week 1 in Nashville.
Really enjoy this Adams family mix. Saw the hand across her head. Love that unconventional connection. Rudy, back answering, yep, the Anotis matches the spooky music.
Benson from Spring, Texas, injured her final couple of years of club gymnastics. One reason she chose BYU, the coaches were so supportive of her during her rehab.
Her club gym world champion center, owned by Nellie Biles, Simone Biles' mom, where Simone trained.
She's had 17 surgeries in her life, 5 sports related, and 12 for vascular malformation.
Here's her 1.5 front layout. Nice positions. Really enjoying the choreography and the theme of that routine. I love to see a gymnast really embody the music, the dance, and seamlessly integrate it with her tumbling and leaps. Appropriate.
Sydney Gonzalez, this is her injury last year. After this, she was out for the year. Achilles, a torn Achilles on this. And she was unable to compete again. Last week in her lone routine, carded the 9.775 in her return, career high. A 9.975 at ASU in March of 2023 that included a 10 from one of the 2 judges. Her club coach, Whitney Watson, a former Beaver gymnast, primarily a vaulter from 2007 to 2010. By the way, they have updated Lauren Lecter's score, 9.85. That's much more like what I saw.
Interesting. Yep, Judge 1 came up, or perhaps was an entry error. Here's her front to back series from aerial into the back tuck. That was a little bit of a hesitant connection in my mind. You really have to keep smoothly moving. It's a little bit slow. Love how she shows off her flexibility in this routine. Cat leap into her side aerial. Gorgeous.
Can also vault and be on floor. Her program may expand as the season goes along. Only time we expect to see her today.
Solid leap series, but not quite to 180 on either of those. Great job finding the landing, though, on the gainer fall. So far, very solid beam setup, lineup, for these Beavers. Good job closing the heels, holding long enough to avoid that half-temp finish deduction required by the judges for the gymnast to show command 1 full second before they turn the salute. Trying to avoid the college salute that you talked about earlier.
9.7 for Mina Margraf Benson. And now here is Kylie DeQuinto. Part of the 9.825 last week in her first floor exercise of the year. Doing the all-around for the first time this week. First tumbling pass.
Big double pike to open. Great height and command on the landing.
Comes from a family of athletes. Her dad, Sam, basketball at UC Davis. Brother, Derek, baseball, Salt Lake Community College. Grandfather, Rick Hayes, played football for Boise State. Came by prior to the meet and passed us along a note thanking us for what we do here, Lisa. Very nice.
In your career, have you gotten a note like that, Richard?
I never have. No.
What a match is awesome. See that ring half there is a really important for her start value. I don't think my view here that she got the closure she needs to get all of the value for it.
Final tumbling pass.
Half front layout, very nice. Goes right into the corner, but has the awareness to not step over the line.
Good performance.
Yeah, super powerful. She's a taller athlete and has very nice lines and extension as she both leaps and tumbles. So I told you this 1.5 front layout is basically compulsory, but I like the lift that she got.
Kylie Quinto enjoyed it. We'll see her on beam as well. Jade Carey after the 9.775 by Gonzalez. Gonzalez same score as last week. Jade off to a great start on beam. Carly very nice 9.95 in week 1. Part of her 39.625. All around great for week 1.
Very deliberate in her skills on beam. You can always see if someone's nervous. To me, on the full turn, I watch to see if their ankle's shaking on there. Very nice layout.
And it's not that somebody like Jade Carey wouldn't get nervous. It's that they deal with those nerves.
Exactly. We talked about the importance of their breath work on beam to help calm your nerves. A nice job. And the slightest hitch between those elements, just her arm positions were off, but she made the right correction to them. You would not even be able to tell. Just her front aerial. So solid.
10, a couple of years ago at ASU, completed the gym slam.
And there's her full step. Flawlessly. Flawless. You know, we've sort of run out of adjectives with Jade Carey because she just commands all of them. Real superlative.
You saw her sister, Tava Greenberg, who's a gymnast for BYU, out right now with an injury. Raising the damn stick again.
Beautiful. And just the small smile on her face. She's excited, and so is Tava.
Jade ahead of her 39.625 all around last week.
You could tell she moves right away to talking about what's next, what's happening. She's so focused on this team leader for them in her senior year. You know, she's quite a bit older than a lot of these teammates. She has been involved or around this Oregon State team for so long.
More than a decade.
More than a decade.
She had her visit here back in 2013 or 2014. And now finally, Heidi Schooley-Myers will anchor for BYU on floor. Floor specialist. Her long routine last week had a 9.75, career high 9.9 for the senior from Orem, Utah. Not far from the BYU campus.
Super upbeat, as you can tell. Very fun. Good height on the first one, a little low and whippy on that second one.
Saturday Night Fever on this Saturday afternoon.
Good job fighting through those leads.
Elite athlete and a chemical engineering major.
It's so impressive what these student athletes do. Most gymnastics teams have the highest team GPAs of any sport. It takes extra stamina to dance as full out as she does. Sets up for her third and final pass. Double top, great landing. What a fun routine. Awesome. awesome anchor for them. Really, really fun.
Love it. Heidi Schooley-Myers. And now Caitlin Garcia will exhibition on beam. Did exhibition 4 times last year. She's never competed in college on beam. Tanya Chaplin says she has a gorgeous beam routine, but needs meet experience, even exhibition routine, so she can show in meets what they see every day in training. This is important for her to show it in front of this big crowd.
I'm really excited to watch this. She's got some great skill connections. And from the start, looks very confident, good presence. And that is just a wobble of nerves. She was on straight. Sometimes when gymnasts are nervous, they turn sideways on the beam. Give yourself a wider stance to make corrections.
What's the deduction there?
That deduction, probably 0.2 of a point. Very nice switch half there. To the 1.5 and just a couple hops forward, but otherwise that's a very pretty routine. When she gains the confidence, just like you said, you gain confidence in meet experiences. You can do pressure sets in the gym, you can do intra squads, but nothing compares like being under the lights in front of a packed Gillett Coliseum, really packed to the rafters.
Maybe we'll crack the Oregon State beam lineup in the future. Caitlin Garcia trained at the same YMCA in San Diego from age 4 until coming to Corvallis.
I think we get one more exhibition on beam. Tanya Chaplin there, the dean coach. Sophia Kalutis, the freshman, will see her exhibition debut. Tanya Chaplin said she was very impressed with her last week because before the meet, it was unknown if Sophia Esposito was going to be able to go in on beam. Sophia Kalutis, ironically, two Sophias, both from Long Island. Sophia Esposito was in the lineup, and then she was out of the lineup, and Kalutis was in, and then Esposito was back in the lineup. And Tanya Chaplin said she handled it like a savvy veteran, very calm and cool.
Warmed up and ready to go. I was impressed when I heard that story. Strong high school student, Sophia Kalutis, member of the National Honor Society, also member of the English, Math, Social Studies, Science, and Spanish Honor Societies. Anything else you do well, Sophia?
I think you hit every honor society available.
Three-time New York State club champ, 2-time regional champion.
Good landing, but some leg form errors on that series.
We're also told that she's very close to cracking the floor lineup. Very good floor passes.
Good landing. Control on the side aerial. Does this hard sideways leap. You don't often see gymnasts start their jumps sideways because you can't spot the beam in front of you. You've got to sort of look up when your eye.
Music from Cage the Elephant in the background. Love it.
Good pull. And a really nice exhibition. You can tell the potential is there. Just have a couple things to clean up. She has quite a long career ahead of her for that.
Sophia Kalutis, a freshman from Huntington, New York. Exhibition routine on beam. And the Beavers last week at a 49.05, and so they increased by 0.15, 49.2. And cross out Jennifer McMillan's 9.6. She'll look for better things in future meets. We have 6 gymnasts go, and the top 5 scores count. 49.2. Last week there, 49.05 was 10th best in the country in week 1. .48.65 on floor. Cross out Brinley Anderson's. Last week, 48-7-5, so they were a 10th worse this week. They come on the road here in Corvallis. This is Olivia Mayturn. Mayturn, a senior for BYU, exhibitioning on floor. Put up a 9.625 last week. Career highs 9.85 a couple of times, including at last year's Arkansas Regional. A floor specialist.
A good bounce into that layout.
One of 6 gymnasts on the team's leadership council. They have scholarship athletes, walk-ons, lowerclassmen, upperclassmen on that leadership council. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, you know, your seniors, the leadership and the development is all focused in the senior class. You're not building that team culture at all levels and building your leaders from the future as she sets up for a final pass. Rudy, lots of twisting in this routine. The 3 passes. Well done in the exhibition spot. Getting that experience this season for the Cougars.
So 3 rotations in the books and 1 to go. And BYU will head to the beam. Oregon State will head to their floor lineup. They were 12th in the country last year. A lot of experience, a lot of entertainment for Oregon State on floor. You're going to want to stay with us. The Beavers now with about a 1.5 lead over BYU. And again, comparing it to football, it's about a 3 touchdown lead heading into the 4th rotation.
Oregon State always has very fun and engaging floor teams. Katiana Kell, McMillan, the floor coach there. Tanya Chapman does a lot of the choreography. Let's see Katiana there on the right.
Yeah.
Yep. Talking to the head judge. Tanya is really keen to hunt down every point, every little discrepancy or explanation from the judge as to deductions and changes that happen in that beam lineup.
Talking about Katiana McMillan Kell. I did an event some years back, 2017, I believe. She was the Pac-12 Gymnast of the Year. That season against Utah, the entire meet came down to her final floor exercise, just the way you want it. She needed a 9.9 for the Beavers to tie the Red Rocks in the meet, a 9.925 to win it.
Oh my gosh.
She got a 9.925, won it, walk-off victory. The crowd exploded. Katiana McMillan, now Katiana Kell.
Well, that's incredible. And you never really know if the judges, or excuse me, if the athletes are keeping up with the scores in that way. Like, did she know what she needed to get? Probably not, but she did know. She was in that clutch position for her team and was able to come through. And so great, you know, with the Brian Carey, the chaplains had so much coaching experience, but having a younger coach on their squad that can relate to them directly, super important for them.
And again, how about this crowd going all the way up to the rafters, singing the Beaver fight song. 3 rotations down and 1 to go. Beavers looking to improve on last week. They're on the road to that. They'll be on the floor, and the Cougars on the beam.